Hi crew! Tonight we're going to do some algebra problems. We're doing adding and subtracting equations. Now I want to warn you, these are simple numbers. It's the steps that are most important. So it's very important you follow these few steps in order to solve these problems. We're looking at these letters in each of our problems. These are called variables. And your whole goal is to get it so the variable is alone. We want this one at the very end to say d equals, and whatever it says here, that's going to be our answer. So we have to get d to be all by itself. Same here. We want t to say t equals. And when we've gotten to that point, we know we've solved the problem. The trick will be to get t alone, to get d alone, and n, and in this case, n again. So let's get started on how to do that. First, erase what I've done here. And here we go. Now, in order to get d alone, we have to take this subtract 14 off of here. So it's very simple. We do the opposite operation. We add 14. When you do the opposite operation, that cancels these two out. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So let me rewrite the problem. Now all I have left on this side is d equals, and what I have to add 14 to the other side. Now I can go ahead and solve the problem over here. d equals, now if I do 14 plus 13, 4 plus 3 is 7. And 2, that would be 27. So d equals 27. Now if you went back and checked and you put d into this equation, 27 take away 14, you would get the answer 13. But algebraically, this is how you do it. You add 14 to both sides. I could have written it like this as well. But I want to show you that this is one step in the algebraic equation. This is the second step, and this is the third step. A lot of teachers that you'll have in your future may require you to write out all three steps. Let's try it with addition. So we have 746 plus t equals 947. We want to get t alone. And notice that the number is in the front this time. Last time the variable was the first one. But it's still adding 746 to whatever t is. We have to do the opposite operation, which would be subtracting. And what that does is that cancels these two numbers out. So it gets t alone. But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So if I subtract 746 from there, in order for this to work, I have to subtract 746 from the other side. Let me rewrite it though to make more sense. My second step would be t equals, because notice I have nothing left over here with t. This plus 746 was canceled out when I subtracted 746. And I'm going to rewrite this problem. 947 take away 746. Look at my terrible writing there. Okay. Now, you do have to stack them when you subtract, so I'm going to kind of do it right here a little bit. And my answer will be in the third step of the equation. 7 take away 6 is 1. 4 take away 4 is 0. Hey, get back there. And 9 take away 7 is 2. That's my answer. Now if you stuck t into the equation, 201 plus 746, you would get the answer 947. But this is how you do it algebraically. This is step 1, step 2, and step 3, which is your answer. A lot of times I'd like you to circle your final answer so I can tell. Let's try it when the answer, 75, is first. 75 equals n minus 39. Notice up here the equal sign had, the 13 was on the right side. Now we're going to do these two problems where it's on the left side. Same way to do it though. We still want to get n alone. And we have to get this minus 39 off of here. We do the opposite operation. So instead of subtraction, we would do addition. We would add 39 to both sides. All right, so what that would do is that would cancel it out over here. Now we would have n alone. And our last step would be 75 plus 39. Now I'm writing it out because you may have teachers who want you to rewrite the entire equation. So now you have 75 plus 39 equals n. Our last step would be to add these two numbers. I rewrite the n. Notice I have the equal signs. When I write these equations, notice how they're all lined up, straight down from each other. And notice how I keep bringing the n down. Just wanted to point that out a little bit because it's really important that you write these in an organized fashion so that it's really easy for you to solve these problems. When you get older, in higher forms of algebra, the numbers are going to be much more complicated. All right, let's get back to adding. 75 plus 39, 5 plus 9 is 14. Come on, pen. And I carry the 1. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So my answer would be 114 equals n. Catch it on? All right, last one. Again, 91 is on the left side of the equation, where up here our answers were on the right side. That's all right. You do the same thing. I still need to get n alone. But look, what do I have to get off of n? It's 19 plus n. So I want to subtract 19 since it's using addition in here. That would cancel both of these out. Oh, look at that. It really canceled them out. Look at that. That was pretty handy. So I want to subtract 19 from this side. Let me rewrite that equation. There it goes. I knew if I touched it, it would come back. Okay, so let's rewrite it so we can see clearly. Our second step, all that's left is n, literally, because it practically disappeared there. And I want to rewrite this. 91 take away 19. All right, so we just do the subtraction problem. 1 take away 9, I can't do that. I've got to borrow. So I'm going to borrow from the 9. That would leave me with 8. And 11 take away 9, 2. And 8 take away 1 would be 7. So my answer would be 72. Again, just like the top problems, this is my first step, this is the second step, and the third step is the final answer. Same with these problems. I hope that makes sense. Watch the next video, multiplying and dividing equations. Some very similar steps.